Alright, so I got the toilet in, it flushes, but I got a problem. A big problem. And I'll show you in my basement what it is. Alright, so my house got PVC sewer lines going out from the other two bathrooms. But this bathroom upstairs, which is probably the original bathroom to the house, is cast iron. Okay, the cast iron, I inspected it, it looked pretty good down here. But up there, right in here, looks pretty rusted. Go ahead and flush the toilet.
Okay.
Check this out. See that? See that joint?
What do you see?
Water came out a little bit out of that joint. So that tells me that joint right there is bad. It even looks like somebody put some foam there. Maybe there's a hole. Maybe it rusted out. You can see it dripping right there down the pipe constantly. There's a hole there. There's an actual hole through the pipe there. So yeah, that pipe is... I was thinking it was here on the ring. You know, they could put I think they put lead. They heat up the lead and they put it in these seams. But that's an actual hole through the pipe itself. I'm opting just to gut this whole cast iron piece all the way down, all the way to here. Cut here, cut up here, and then I'll put my piping that I bought, my PVC piping in. Alright, so here's the 4-inch pipe that I bought. $20 for that 10-foot piece, PVC. These are like $5. I needed 2 of those, and that's going to go connect to the cast iron at the bottom. Then I got a long elbow. I didn't get the short one. This is a short elbow. You can see the radius is a little different, not much, but just enough to clog up your pipes a little bit more easier. I got 90, another 90, and then my pipe will go down, another 90, and then a clean out. And then that will hook up to my cast iron. And this 10-foot piece of 4-inch PVC is all I need to hook that up. And of course you need a saw, and you need a carbide tooth thick metal blade here. This is a 9-inch what I'm using for cast iron. I got the thicker blade. There's one that will cut I think it's 1/16 to 3/16 or something like that. This one cuts the little bit thicker metal, so I went for the thicker. And that's all you need. This is probably $120 worth of stuff to fix my problem. I don't know if I got the right stuff, but I don't think this is a 90, so I might have to go back to Home Depot and get, this doesn't look like a 90, this looks like a 45, I guess. Yeah, 90 would go here, and then it would be, you know, straight up and down here, and that's only like halfway here. So I gotta go back to Home Depot and get a couple of these. I got the long 90, and that's wrong. The two 90s would work, because a 90 would go this way, and then another 90 would go that way, but this I think flows better than putting two 90s in. So alright, and this is probably not needed what I did, but I did it anyway, is I put a 2x4 and I used the toilet bolts and I secured it that way just in case that pipe tries to fall. That'll kind of give it a little bit of stability to keep it up. Now that pipe comes up this wall and it elbows out to here a couple feet, so I mean I'm sure just that elbow is going to keep it from falling, but that's just a safety precaution. I gotta get rid of these pipes in my way. Oh, these are tough to cut through. And get the line up in there. You can see there's a hole up in there. See that hole? Clear through the pipe right there. That's where the water's gushing out. Now, epoxy might have worked for a little temporary fix, but I don't want to have to come back and mess with this in a year or two whenever it decides to fail again. So let's go and cut that out as far as high as I can get. Well, not too high. I need to get my my band on there, my Fernco, or whatever they call them. My clamp needs to get, I'm going to cut it somewhere around here, right above that hole. Alright, for this cut I'm using a Diablo blade, 9-inch, and it's thick metal, carbide teeth. Oh yeah, check out that hole. That's a very big hole there. So this is just very deteriorated. Alright, we're about halfway through, but I'm hitting this pipe here, so I'm going to cut this one a little shorter. Alright, finally got it. Gotta love my saw. You can change different angles on it with the flip of a switch. Alright, that blade's awesome. Cut through it like butter. There's the pipe cut. It looks like I cleared the rust. Before I cut the bottom, I want to make sure my new piping is going to be exact. So these are made in 45, 90s, and I think 60 degrees. I bought 2 of everything just in case I needed it. But it looks dead on the 45s. This is one's a street 45 and one's just a 45. And the street just means it's like female on one side. And you can see that's pretty dead on right there. See that? So I'll go with this. Okay, that's gonna go right here. And then I have a clean out that goes both ways. You can go down or up the pipe if you had to. Just in case maybe there's a clog here, you can run that little auger up a couple feet. And then I'll have another Fernco right here attaching to this cast iron tube. Alright, there it is. Let me tell you, this is heavy. Look what just fell out of it. Wow, look at that. Crazy. I wonder why it was draining so bad. Check this out, Blanca. Check this out. Look at all that corroded pipe. See that?
Yeah.
It's like a couple pounds worth of rust.
How can you pick up this?
You can see there's a crack right here. It was cracked up top too. Check this out. There's a crack on this flange. So alright, let me explain where I'm at here on this pipe. So I went and got a 4-inch Fernco and it doesn't fit. I thought it was a 4-inch, and look, you could see how much of a gap there is that doesn't fit. So then I got some 3-inch Ferncos thinking it was a 3-inch, and you can see this is a 3-inch to 4, and the 3-inch is too small. So I went to a plumber store and they told me they'd never heard of a 3.5-inch pipe, because this is 3.5. It's not 4 and it's not 3. It's in between. This almost fits the 3-inch, but not quite. Alright, first take your Vaseline. A little bit around this ring, inside ring here. Then you're going to take this, get this in the camera. Okay, step on it and just lift up. And that'll stretch the rubber out. The longer you hold it, the more stretched out it'll be. Don't put too much force because you don't want it to rip. Now turn the camera around, show you what it looks like. See how she's holding the 1x4 or 1x3, I think that is. 1 foot on the bottom plank. Alright, and then what I like to do, alright, go ahead and relax it. Stretch both sides of the plastic. And the trick is, as soon as you're ready to put it on immediately, because this is going to want to start to close back down. Take it off. You can see it's stretched open. See that? And you got to go here and rustle it on. There we go. There you go. And then once you got it on, you can move it from the inside. If you push it on the inside, it'll help to push it in farther. Don't do it from the outside, do it from the inside. And now, there's probably only a few people out there that will ever have to do what I'm doing, because this is an unusual sized pipe. And that's pretty much it. It's up and on there. It's good. Exactly what I needed. Wasn't that hard either. And then I'll just fasten my clamp down. So that's it. All right, got that 3" by 4" clamp up there. Put some grease on it, or Vaseline. Went up in there. I had to cut it again because it was a little bit hanging down on this side here. So I think it's good there. Got my clamp down. Nice and tight. All right, I ain't going nowhere. All right, so my long 90 will be here. Something about like that. Okay. I gotta measure and see how much pipe I need. 64.5. All right, got my long elbow connected at the bottom there. Yeah, I think that's gonna fit. A little bit of rocks in the way down here, but I can move them. All right, clean out will go somewhere right here. 5" here. All right, now it's ready for PVC glue. All right, got my pipe all glued up and ready to go in. All right, perfect fit. Whew. All right, got that top one tightened up right there. Just gotta put some tape, Teflon tape on this clean out, and we're good. Who says you can't be a plumber, huh? You can be whatever you want. You just believe that you could do it, and don't be afraid to tackle something you're not normally equipped to do, or do your research. But I'm glad, I thank God I got this done. All right, use some Teflon tape and some true blue pipe thread sealant on this clean out right here. All right, let's turn on the shower and see if this thing leaks. It's just a pipe going from there to the toilet. And that's what it's going out right there. Pray for no leaks. I don't see anything leaking. No water under here. There's no leaks there. No leaks here. Good there. Good here. Good there. Yeah, we're good. All right, so job done. Took a couple days. All right, so I clamped it up here just to be on the safe side, just to give it some, you know, rigidity. Got this nice barbell over here. Oh man, that's heavy. Wow, that's heavy. It's perfect for a barbell. Stinky barbell. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching me fix up my pooper pipe that hasn't been used for like 5-6 years. Finished. And next video will be shower glass, but before that I'll probably be doing the cabinet in here. It's a Carrera top cabinet, 48 inches wide. I need to get it plumbed. Need to run the electrical a little bit over here or over there. That'll be in the next video. That's it for this one. Take care and God bless.